Alright, hey everybody, this is a stream we're making for Callie's Caves 3. We're just streaming some Game Maker Studio development. Let's get the chat going up here. Okay, so basically what we're trying to do today... Alright, hey everybody, this is basically what we're trying to do today is we implemented a dodge roll for Callie where she can do a somersault, and it basically changes her collision a little bit so you can get down into one block gaps. And what we're trying to do today is just polish that out and get it feeling good. So if you're new to Game Maker and stuff like that, our player object has a bunch of different sprites, which we put in our sprite tree. Just looking for here. There. Okay, so this is our regular player idle sprite. You can see it's got 47 frames, and if we let it play, she just hovers like that. And then we have a bunch of other sprites, but the main one we're dealing with is the roll sprite. Which you can see is 12 frames and just has her doing a quick little roll like that. We want it to be really quick. Okay, so in the game, it's an iOS game, so it has on-screen controls. And we have PC test controls, versions of all those different controls. But basically, the way that we're planning on triggering the dodge roll is by having the player swipe up on the arrow. Which we have coded into our objects here. If you see, I swipe with the mouse and she does a little roll. Go left and same thing. But I also have keyboard controls just to make it a little bit easier. Like so. Alright, so I set us up a little test area here. Whoa. So basically if she rolls under into a gap and it's a longer gap than like one block or something like that, we want her to be able to continue to roll out. We don't want her to just stop and then be stuck in the middle, because basically, as you can see, she doesn't run through the one block gap right now. So when she's in her idle state or has any state other than the regular roll, her sprite is higher than 32 pixels, which is the size of one of those blocks there. So she's not going to run into there, but when we activate the roll, it switches to a smaller sprite. So you can see this is the regular sprite. The regular mask, you can see, is a little bit taller than 32 pixels there. And when it switches over to the roll sprite, it's got the same origin point, but the collision mask is smaller, and that way she fits through the gaps. Ideally, it will just be like a seamless transition back and forth. So if she just rolls normally, she'll roll once, as you see, and then stop, which is what we're looking for. Try it out on our different platforms and stuff. Okay, that's looking pretty good. We'll probably adjust this a little bit. And what happens if I roll into a wall? She doesn't get stuck or anything like that, so that's good. Whoa, that was a little bit of weirdness there. Okay. Let's try going to the left and do the same thing, because you never know. That's all looking pretty good. So the other thing that we wanted to add in that we've been working on is we don't want her to be able to roll up in the air. Basically, when the roll is activated, let me find it here. It's in our left button object, which is this one right here. In the step event, we have some code to detect if she's doing the swipe, and then we have actual rolling code itself. So you can see dashing is the main variable that gets kicked in if it's swiped. So when dashing equals 1, it's rolling equals 1, sets an alarm, and then sets dashing equals 0, so that just happens once. If rolling equals 1, then we set the mask to the rolling sprite, we set the sprite index to the rolling sprite. Then we we add some code to the player object, which is basically saying if there's a wall in front of you or a wall behind you, stop, because we don't want her to just be able to roll into the wall while she's doing that, right? And the fact that we're changing the player's speed right here means that she could potentially go into the wall, because that's basically going to negate whatever physics we already have going for the player, so it's kind of a risky thing to do. In general, it's not good to control like a player object's code with a different object, I don't think, but in this case, because it's the control for the player, I think hopefully it'll be okay. And I'm actually going to add another line of code here, just to make sure that the sprite, when it kicks into the player roll sprite, we want to make sure that the frames reset to 0, because sometimes when you're changing different sprites on the same object, sometimes it won't start the new sprite from its first frame. Sometimes it'll just pick up from the frame that the sprite before it left off on. And I'm not really sure why exactly that is, but... Okay, and yeah, we wanted to have it so that she wouldn't be able to roll in the air, so that's what I was talking about. So overall, we have the entire dashing and rolling code prefaced by this line here that says if obj player dot grounded equals 1, and grounded is a variable that's checking the player object to see if there's a ground object 1 pixel beneath it. So if she's not grounded, sitting on the ground, the roll is not going to happen. But we do have another piece of code put into the jump, so if she's not grounded, the roll won't happen, but you can also queue up the roll in the air. You can still hit the roll in the air, but she just will start doing it when she lands, so that kind of gave us a cool, like, she's somersaulting when she lands effect or something. It's still a little bit weird. When I'm playing with the PC controls, it doesn't emulate the touch controls exactly, because in the touch controls you'd be doing a swipe, and we don't want the touch controls to be like pressed down at the same time. As she's doing the roller, it will look like this. So if I'm not hitting the left control or right control at all, you can see the sprite plays perfectly every single time. But if I do hit the right control, it doesn't. So I might need to put some code in the right control there to just make sure that it's not going to get pressed accidentally right after and muck up the swipe. Let's see. Doesn't really look like it's going to be possible with the touch controls. So maybe I'll do it for now and see. When we get our test versions on iOS, we'll reevaluate. Okay, so I did add in that one line of code right here, and I'm just going to add that into the right button as well. Hey everybody. Okay, so now generally what I'll do is go and mess around with it a bunch and see if I can break the game. See what ways it's got problems, and then we'll fix them from there. Oh. Okay, so there I set the image index, but I forgot about one little thing, which is that was in the step event, so it's going to hold the image index at 0 every single time. So the best way to fix this is to write a line of code to check if the sprite is not that sprite, and if it is, change it, and that way the step event will only run that little line of code once. Hopefully that will work. Put in the left button as well. There's quite a bit of code from the arrow keys related to the player, so when I'm optimizing the game, I might go back and look at some of those and see if I can set them to variables in the player and make the code happen in the player instead of make the code happen in the arrow button. Still not working. Let me see here. I'm just going to test that on the right button first. I set it back to the way it was before, but as you can see, it doesn't always play the sprite perfectly. The slide actually looks kind of cool too, though. I should probably just put this code down here with OBJ player. Let's see if that works. So it all works except for the sprite isn't playing at the start every time. There's a really easy fix for this, I just can't seem to remember it right now. It's almost perfect. Oops. I thought it was to check if it wasn't the sprite, and if it wasn't, then set it to the sprite and set the image index, but it must not be because it's not doing it. I think I have some code that works in another object, so I'm just going to check it out. Just double checking all the other things. I'm just not going to worry about it for now. Alright, let's see how that goes. So overall, so far, pretty successful on the roll, just having a little bit of trouble with the last part of it there. At least she's not rolling into walls anymore. And not rolling in the air. We're also planning on having the roll be like a dodge, so there'll be some more work to come. But for now, I'm just going to mess around for a little bit. I'm just cheating and leveling myself up a little bit so I don't die. Need to fix that there. Oop, that's not good. We were working on the coins earlier. I know how to fix that. I'll probably do that for a video tomorrow or something. We're probably going to get working on the knockback system pretty soon as well. You can see we have the little charged menu in the top there. We've got to work on that as well because it looks really hideous right now, but that's for the charge shot, which is basically like a power-up that enhances your bullets for whatever gun you're on, makes them bigger and more powerful. It's for one shot, and then it starts warming back up again. Oh. I know I needed to do some room editor work, so let's get into a little bit of that. There's one enemy, I need to just place them all along the ground. And just do a quick scan for him. Our level designer Dave's done some really good work with these levels. This enemy, there's a bunch of enemies that we're just using placeholder sprays for at the moment. You see Dave put in a waterfall right there. That's something new that we've just done. Let's see how that one looks. So that's level 64. Let's check it out. We have our handy skip level buttons for when we're debugging. Oh, there's one there too. That looks awesome. Oh, Dave did a good job with the waterfalls. There we go. Whoa. Alright, I think the 64 is the next one. Need to fix the bullets going through the walls as well. Lots of stuff to still work on. Woo! Weird. Oh, very nice. Yeah, I would say Dave did a good job putting in the waterfalls. This guy needs for this part. I wonder what it looks like down there. Oh man, that's perfect. Yeah, it looks good. Wonder what happens if I roll here. I gotta go look at that again. Whoa! Alright, let's find another one here. Oop. I see a collectible over there. Ooh, a couple collectibles. Those are new. Placeholder sprites. Whoa, there's one. Okay, let's check out what that looks like. Level 67. I think I need to get rid of this guy. Okay, 69. 70. 67, 69, and 70. Man, these levels are crazy. There we go. I like the way that he put them over the tiles like that. The depths worked out that way. Whoop. Gotta fix that guy. Weird. Oh, it's because I hadn't... No, I already did fix him. Okay. That's not bad either. It doesn't blend perfectly, but... I don't know. I just like having the waterfalls in it. Whoa! That guy's having an identity crisis there. Whoa, same with that guy. Whoa. Huh, I thought there was one of 70. Oh, there it is. I don't know if you can see the bottom one that he put at the bottom there. Oh, it might be over here. That looks okay though. Alright, those are looking good, so I think we'll wrap up the stream for now. But anyway, so we saw a bit of our roll system, and and how we put in the waterfalls. We saw a bunch of problems that we're going to have to fix too, but we'll get to all those soon. But thanks for watching.